It's a wonderful day here today. I'm in the person of ABDULAI. You can call me G-bwoy Funzy, your coordinator. I will take you through your community on Ttfpp Dairies. My today's studio prayers will impress you. I hope so. Without wasting much of your time, let's go for a short break. And when we are back, we'll move into action. That is, we'll move to our community.
Ttfpp Dairies.
With you, we share our memories.
Ttfpp Dairies is brought to you by
Funzy Studios,
empowered by
G-Class Studios, Honor Collection, and Fash Gucci Collection.
Welcome to my studios, my studio prayers.
Welcome. Thank you, G-bwoy Funzy, our coordinator.
My studio prayer, Ahmed Tijani. Please, you have 30 seconds to give us a brief experience of your community and your identity.
Alright, so I'm Ahmed Tijani and I was in Kokrompe from North Nkoranza. Basically, at the community, everything was interesting. We had fun interacting with the community members, and we also had fun among our colleagues too, because there were nights that we really chilled out and did so many fun stuff. So basically, I would say the community was a very nice place to be. Yeah.
Thank you, my studio prayer, Ahmed Tijani, for your brief experience. My studio prayer, Mohammed Awa. Please, you have 30 seconds to give us your experience of your community and your identity.
Okay, my name is Mohammed Awal, student of University for Development Studies, level 200. And my community was at WAHAB, specifically BDAC community. You know, community positive, we have the positive and the negative challenges. The positive was our community, we had light, we had network, their food was okay, by the way. And the negativity was we're lacking water. Generally, the community lacked water, potable drinking water, and then they also lacked public toilets. Actually, it was fun. Basically, it was fun, and then it was lovely. But you know, as a change of environment, definitely we're experiencing some challenges. As students, we too it was lovely. We had fun. We really enjoyed the place. Even when it was time for us to go home, we didn't want to go home because we had a lovely interaction, lovely socialization with the people in the community. So we don't want to go actually, but you know, it's not our home, so we just have to leave. But then, you know, it was a good experience, a good and bad experience though, even though we had some little challenges, but it was okay. It was nice. We really enjoyed our stay there.
Thank you, my studio prayer, Mohammed Awa, for your brief experience. My studio prayers, it's time to assessing your Ttfpp. My studio prayer, Mohammed Awwa, please access your Ttfpp. My studio pair, Mohammed Awwa, please count your Ttfpp.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G-bwoy Funzy, my coordinator. I think I'm done.
My studio pair, Mohammed Awwa, you may please have your seats.
Thank you.
My studio pair, Ahmed Tijani, you may access your Ttfpp. My studio pair, Ahmed Tijani, please count your Ttfpp.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. G-bwoy Funzy, my coordinator. I'm done.
My studio pair, Ahmed Tijani,
Oh boy.
you may please have your seat.
Nilo.
My studio pairs, the rules. A studio pair will hand over a Ttfpp to a studio pair to read out the Ttfpp, and the pair who hand over the Ttfpp will answer the Ttfpp, and the studio pair who read out the Ttfpp will also answer the Ttfpp. In that order. Am I clear, my studio pairs?
Yes, G-bwoy Funzy, my coordinator.
My studio pair, Ahmed Tijani, you may please start your Ttfpp.
Alright, Chairman.
Okay. The first one is what is a logbook? And what is the funny thing you wrote on your logbook?
Okay, for me, a logbook is kind of a small book in which you write your daily activities in it or did on a daily basis. That's what you write in there, so that when your Ttfpp supervisors come, they can go through to see what you actually did on a daily basis with your stay there till the last day. But the funny thing I actually wrote there was, once we hadn't written anything for a long while, so when we heard about coming around, so we just wrote certain things. So I actually wrote that we swept in the morning and washed, whilst the whole day we were actually sleeping and did nothing. So I think that's basically the funniest thing I've written in the logbook so far. Yeah.
So, in my opinion, logbook is kind of small book that, like you already said, you write your daily activities on. You know what you did today from morning, afternoon, evening, and even the time you are even going to bed. You things that you did, maybe perhaps you had a day of community day, or you engage the community members, the assemblyman, the chief, or as a group you met and then you had some little discussions. Those are the activities that you write on the logbook. So basically that is what a logbook means. Me also, the funny thing I wrote on my logbook was I woke up early in the morning around 7 a.m. and then I wanted to cook jollof for our group members. So unfortunately, we didn't have the ingredient wasn't enough. So, and I didn't also have money on me to go and buy ingredients. I had money on my mobile money, but then the mobile money vendor wasn't out yet. So I came and I woke my group members up. I woke them all up and I told them that actually now they want some nice jollof deal, but you check like the ingredients, you know which. So him and Charlie, I know say they sleep, but make you contribute small so make I go buy ingredient. And then one of them say, oh, brother, come on for that. You anytime they want cook, you want somebody for contribute. So then I wrote in the logbook that I actually cooked the jollof. It was very nice, it was very wonderful. My group members enjoyed it. Meanwhile, they couldn't eat it. So they couldn't eat. And then the remarks was the day was very, very exciting and fun because I cooked jollof and the whole group liked it.
That's one of the. Okay, let's have a look. So, Mr. Awal, what are you missing in your community the most? We want to know.
Actually, I'm missing a whole lot of things, but the most specific thing that I'm missing in my community is the way the chief imam always recites the Quran. Like it was so funny that even when you are praying, you reciting the Quran. If not take time, you laugh. Like La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika la lahu mulku wa lahu hamdu wa like some kind of singing or that kind of stuff. So
it's like he's mentioning them one by one, so it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny, and then the rhythm, the way he recites is very funny. It's like he's singing a song. And that's the most lovely. And also like I'm missing my group members, my guys. It was fun, especially.
What you don't miss her? You don't miss her?
Oh, actually, I don't have hair.
Are you sure?
No, I don't have hair.
I was told that most when guys,
The most story about me, I didn't have hair.
Hey.
It was my guys that I missed.
You must go community, no get girl.
Oh no.
Okay, let's keep it that way. So for me, actually, what I really miss in the community is my colleagues to see, but not actually the colleagues per se, but how we're living. Because we had nights that we had we contributed and bought meat. The girls prepared it and fried it. Then we bought drinks to chill with it. Then afterwards we watched some movie. After we even did some dancing, moves with the girls and all that. So up to date, there are times that I still reminisce on those days that were there. So those days also makes me feel that community stay wasn't actually a waste because it gave me something to remember. Yeah. So you check it out.
Okay. So it says, do Ttfpp give accurate or fair scores to students? And what?
So if you ask me this question, I would say no, because there are times that you are in a group, all of you. There are some that are lazy. You might partake in the work, do most of it, but at a point when the grade comes, you even get maybe lesser than your colleagues, because maybe at the time of answering the Ttfpp assessment, the person was able to do well. So they just give the person marks and consider that all of you did it well. Like, so in every group too, I think there are people like that. So I think this Ttfpp thing, should I say, it's kind of a gamble giving the grades. Apart from the last assessment, they can't really tell what went on in the communities or the last day. So I think it's unfair. Sometimes you go struggle all these struggles and come and they give you A. And Ttfpp says 6 credit hour course, so A is not even good. So students really go through hell at the community. So I think they should really consider that and do something else. But I don't think it's really fair. Even though some people might get A's, but how about those who are in the community and also struggled a bit? So I think it's not fair.
Okay. I also think the scores given to students during Ttfpp it's not great because you know, as you know, definitely when you're in a group, there are students that will be involved in the work, and there are students that will be lazy and idle around. And the Ttfpp said that even those that are not doing the work or those that are not involved in the work during your stay in the community, you know, the assessors are not there to see, to know whether someone is actually partaking in the work or not. It's perhaps during the assessment day that they get to realize that. So, you know, during the assessment day, even if someone doesn't partake in the work, and then during the assessment, he or she is able to answer the questions that has been thrown to him or her, and then the assessors, they would think that, oh, the person was very involved. And perhaps you that did the work, most of the work, perhaps there were questions that were thrown to you and then you weren't able to answer, you know.
Yeah.
And that's
yes,
yes, to be like you are the best and you didn't partake because your friends, those who partake, they are able to answer, but why are you able to answer? That's the question that you ask. So
forgetting that the question might have been favoring the person.
Definitely. Because for me particularly, I can remember that there were some questions that they asked about our faculty base. You know, our faculty base to a certain lady that she wasn't able to answer. And you know, it's not because she didn't know the answer. Like I don't know, she didn't have
pressure or something.
like she was oppressed, and then she was oppressed, and then didn't have that confidence in him to talk. That confidence in her to talk. You know, because of that, she was just standing there idle. She couldn't say anything. I don't know what came over her. She couldn't say anything. You know, and at that moment, it's not that she doesn't know. She knows that because she actually did that work. That part, she did it. I can remember the part they asked her the question. The question she did it. She did it. So I think it's not fair actually. You know, maybe they should look into it and then improve the scores.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
Okay, so why do students hate going for Ttfpp? Your point of view?
Yeah, I think students hate it because one of the money involved, the financial aspect, you know.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ttfpp, it drains a lot of money in us. It drains a lot of money in us. Money, transportation. If like the school was providing transportation out, it would have a minimal.
Yeah.
Yes. And then foodstuffs. Foodstuffs spends a lot of money. And then most of the communities when you go, it's like it's a new surrounding, new environment. You know, we human beings or some of us, you know, when there is a change of environment, we get sick.
Yeah.
I know someone that when we went for TTF, she got sick. She was sick till the time we were about to leave. Seriously. And it was due to the change of environment. So that is why people like students hate Ttfpp. The finance involved, and then the risk involved, the traveling risk, and then the community risk itself. You know?
Like a day that you wake up and you don't have ingredients to prepare jollof.
Yes, prepare jollof.
Okay, so for me, I think I think it will just be about the same things you spoke about, TTFPP like this. Going there is just a new surrounding. You don't know what to expect. Like me, like this, when I was going, I was thinking whether I should send a rice cooker. At the end, I didn't send the rice cooker, thinking that maybe there won't be lights there, and I don't also know where to put the thing to make it secure. So I didn't send the rice cooker, and getting there to find out there is lights. If not, when I went there, I was planning to cook myself and everything. So at the end, the ladies had to help me out. So actually, I think depending on everybody, I think that's the reason why normal guys or people don't really like going to their place. So
Okay. This one says, is TTFPP an easy tax? And then, what do you suggest will make it easy?
for me, I think TTFPP actually isn't an easy task because you get the financial burdens, the problem, transportation, and health, feeding, so many things involved. So I think it's not an easy task. You have to do academic work too. So I don't think it's an easy task to say, but what I suggest they really do about it is that they should, provide some kind of allowance to students, so that way you will very motivated to go in the first place, even if it is even if it's not like something big, but still you're motivated to know that you're not going for nothing. It might even be able to help you refer yourself to the place. But actually leaving you to just go there by yourself, you don't even know where you are headed. So I think allowance is the best thing to provide for students so that they can live a bit better over there. So that's what I would say about it.
Okay, that's right. I think the allowance, what they need to do to make it easy is the allowance. I think when they're able to give students something to motivate them during their stay in the community, I think it will be nice. And then the transportation aspect too, I think they should work on it. The students suffer a lot during the transportation time, moving from their respective houses to their community. It's a big challenge, honestly. So I think they should work on it. That will make it easier. I think they should find it. They should always give students the transportation. That they pick students from their destination to their community street. Yes, students go with a lot of luggages, so they should have the transportation is a big issue. They should work on it. Okay, so this one says, what impact does TTFP impose on students? What positive impact?
So I would say TTFPP, the positive impact is that you get something to remember about, or you remember the adventures you had over there. Then socialization too among your group members, because even your group members, most of them are students to you, and the community too. You learn how to socialize and maybe get work done, because sometimes you get to your community and you need to talk to them, to leave maybe the work they're even doing, to listen to you, to give you the information you need. So all those things come to play. So I think the impact is really good socially and academically too. So that's what I would say about that.
Okay, that's right. I think academically it enables students to be able to work or study in rural areas. And also the socialization, as you just said, is also a positive impact on students, because students also learn how to socialize to elderly persons, and then not only elderly persons, and then people even people they have never seen in their life, people they have never met in their life, just socialize with them. And then out of that, they can also make friends, make friends. Who knows, some point in time in life they can be taken. So I think it has a lot of positive impact on students. So
let's see what we have here. So what was the name of your community? and explain pairwise ranking.
Okay, the name of my community was Bediakukum community. Yes, in the WAHAB region. And say pairwise ranking.
Yeah.
I think pairwise ranking was a method, a mathematically calculated table or method that was used to identify the most pressing need of the community. Definitely the community has a lot of problems. But the pairwise ranking was a mathematically calculated table that was used to identify, like, this is the most pressing or this is the most pressing problem that needs an emergency solution. So I think that is pairwise ranking. In my community, the most pressing issue was toilet facility, and then second was teenage pregnancy, which was as a result of lack of sex education. Yes.
You said teenage pregnancy. So, what do you think was the cause of these teenage pregnancies? Because
as a result of lack of proper sex education. In my community, we realized that they only had one information center, and it was an NGO that made it for them. And that information center was only used to disseminate information. They give out information when there's information. They give out information to the people. It wasn't something that they could use to impact knowledge or educate the people about teenage pregnancy. So and also in the schools, teenage pregnancy is not only the lack of education that we get from school. You understand? Perhaps you could get someone on interpersonal communication, talk to the person one-on-one to at least educate the person on teenage pregnancy. And in my community, they actually like that. They like that. So I think.
So for me, my community, the name of my community was Konkrumpe, which was located in the north of Kwanzaa. And pairwise ranking, as you said, is a kind of calculation that they use to identify the most pressing need of the community, so that they can tackle that one that is most pressing before they can attend to the rest later on. And the pressing need in my community was, I think, sex education, as you said, because we had so much teenage pregnancy cases in the community, and I think it's because they don't really know the effects of it. So they are there because maybe they are not exposed to the outside world. They think that it's just where they are, so they just think it's just true. So they indulge in things that they don't even know what the effect, because most of them, when they do that, at the end, maybe their grandparents or grandmother takes care of the child. So I don't think they really know what they are doing. And the most pressing need, there was a road leading to your community which was very bad. When it rains like this for 2 days or 3 days, you can't go anywhere because of that issue. So I think that was the most pressing need for the community, because they had schools and toilets, and even they had a borehole, this electric borehole that they used for the whole community, since it wasn't even big. So that was what the experience was there.
So this one says, would you have gone for Ttfpp if you had an option?
Actually, should I say it's a tough question, but I mean, from the beginning, if you want to decide whether you go or not, I think you choose not going, because nobody wants to leave his home and where he has been used to for a long time. When you're going about the road transportation, you have doubts, and your state, the environment and all that, you have doubts about it. So obviously in the beginning you will not want to go, but till you are there, you also now feel, like I said earlier on, there are times that you enjoy, even though you'll stay there too, like it gives you there are times that not everything goes well because there are hard, as you said earlier too, our borehole was a bit far, so we had to send gallons, fetch water, but maybe when you were in the house, you wouldn't have been doing all those stuff. So even though it looks somehow bad, but in a way, it just gives you something to, a change in your life so that you experience something different. And yeah, but it depends on people. Everybody had a seat. For me, my stay there was a bit nice and I really enjoyed it. Just that at the ending of the Ttfpp, about 2 days to the last day, I actually fell sick, so that really disturbed me a bit till we came home. But if I had an option though, I wouldn't have gone for the Ttfpp. But just to say that we not having an option makes it, and till you get there, you see that it's a nice place to be, depending on your community too as well. So that's basically what I have to say.
Okay. Me, honestly, if I had an option, I wouldn't go. No, I wouldn't go. I'll say no. Honestly, I'll say no. Beginning is scary.
Yeah.
Beginning until you go there and then you experience something. But all is scary.
Yeah.
The risk involved, and the expenditure involved, and then most of the times, but I don't know. I don't know because the school authority might be doing something with the data that we are collecting, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's like the data that we have taken from the community.
They've been taking it over.
It's been happening year in, year out, but no any developmental intervention to do.
Sometimes if you want information from them, it's like they don't even want to know because like you're just there to waste your time or something like that.
So honestly, for me, I wouldn't go. If I had an option, I wouldn't. I'll say no.
Because at some point in time, it really looks like it's just a waste of time and all those stuff. Okay. So, give us 2 taboos of your community.
Taboos. One is that they don't go to the riverside on Wednesdays. They don't go to the riverside on Wednesday. And then the other thing is, girls that are on their menstruation periods are not allowed to go to the stream or are not allowed to enter the sacred forest. They have my community had a sacred forest where they perform their rituals, traditional sacrifice and then rituals. So ladies on their period or on their menstrual period are not allowed. It's a taboo. If you are in your menstrual period and then you go to the sacred forest, it's a taboo.
So, just like you said, for my community, Konkompe, they had some, should I say, cave. It looks like rocks that fell and made something like cave, and there are bees there. So they consider the bees some kind of god. So, as you said, ladies on their period weren't allowed to go there. I feel like there was another taboo, which was about the monkeys. We had so many monkeys in our business, so it was a taboo to kill them or stone them. So they lived with them like their brothers because they have a kind of history behind it. So that's some of the taboos. And
Funzy, we are done with our Ttfpp.
Congratulations, my studio peers. I hope you've enjoyed your community.
Sure.
My studio pair, Ahmed Tijani. You have 30 seconds to give advice to Ttfpp students.
Alright, so the advice I have for Ttfpp, students going on at the community is that they should just take it easy. It's just for a short period of time. For the beginning, it will look like it will never end. But within some, short period, you realize that, letting us ended just like that. they should be cautious of their health too when they eat and all those, because it's a different community. You should know how to restrict yourself and be mindful of those taboos, because there were instances where I had, some girls going to restricted areas in some community. So I think they should adhere to their rules and regulations and give them peace so that everything goes well for them. And yeah, that's what I have.
My studio pair, Mohammed Awal, you have 30 seconds to give advice to Ttfpp students.
Okay, the advice I have for Ttfpp students is that it's not easy, honestly. It's not easy. Beginning when you're about to go, perhaps you might not like it, but then there are some communities that you go and then you enjoy your stay there. The only thing you have to do is that you have to load your foodstuffs. That's why there is a must. You load your foodstuff. Send a lot of foodstuff there because you'll be eating a lot. But in general, it's a good experience. Not what we think. If you go there and you are able to socialize well with the people, perhaps you might not even be needing to buy foodstuffs. There are some communities that you go and when you are able to socialize with the people very well, they will be giving you food morning, afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
I know I'm talking about food because I know it's not easy to survive these days, and food is the most what do you call it? Basic need of human.
Yeah.
You see. So when you are going, just take it easy and then try to relate well and then you do the work. You don't forget about why you are there. You just have to concentrate, do the work, try as much as possible to be able to involve in the work that you are doing. Try as much as possible to be involved in the data collection. It helps a lot. Even when you are involved in the data collection and then the editing and those kind of stuff, they are not involved. But during the assessment, when you are being asked a question, you'll be able to answer it very well. It's just a little experience, like my brother said, just a few weeks. Though it's not easy. Few weeks is not easy. You might look at it as 1 year, but then when you go and you are calm, you are respectful, you are obedient, and don't forget about the taboos of the community too. When you go to a community, any place you find yourself, they say if you go to Rome, you must do what the Romans do. Any place you find yourself, try to know their taboos so that you don't go contrary to their taboos. And then try to relate well. That's the basic thing. Just try to relate well with the people, and then hopefully it will be success.
Thank you, my studio peers, for giving a brief advice. My studio pair, Mohammed Awal, please give shout out to your community group members and any other 3 persons.
Okay. Big shout outs to my community group members, especially my main man Gaddafi, Zakaria, Clemento, we move, the leaders too. You were helpful, Matilda, and then Amina, Fajila, and then Khadija. You were helpful. And then shout out to my base members, Rio, around Changley, that is specifically around what I call it Eve. My guys are there. That's where I normally sit. So shout out to you guys.
My studio pair, Ahmad Tijani.
Yes.
Please give shout out to your community group members and any other 3 persons.
Okay, my shout out goes to the landlord who kept us in his house, because he was really nice and he really took care of us well. We were able to have fun while they were in the house without any problems. So shout out goes to them and the community members, and my group members to the Samidi, Abuaji, all Raouf, Shake, all of them were all rolling together, and the ladies too. Shout out to them for providing us nice food to eat till we came back. So all of you, thumbs up.
Thank you, my studio peers.
Thank you.
Thank you to G-bwoy Funzy for having us here and giving us the opportunity to share our
nice experience. Yeah.
So thank you too.
Thank you for having us here. We appreciate it.
My studio peers, you may dismiss my studios. Wow, it was a wonderful moment my studio peers shared with I and you. I hope you've enjoyed today's Ttfpp Diaries. Would you imagine my studio pair saying he wanting to cook jollof and wanting his colleagues to contribute so that they will all what? Feed. And also, what's my heart was beaten and very sad for my studio peers was the hardship they went through in their community. You watching might also have some parts you like best. Don't forget to hit us on our social media handles at G-bwoy Funzy and on YouTube. You can drop a comment at Accelerate Comedy. Let us also know your concern. My studio pair today was fun. I will say, don't hesitate to watch us again on Ttfpp Dairies on our next to be dropped. I'm G-bwoy Funzy, your coordinator. See you again.
Ttfpp Dairies.
With you, we share our memories.
Ttfpp Dairies is brought to you by
Funzy Studios,
Empowered by
G-Class Studios, Honor Collection, and Gucci Collection.